Hi, everybody. Hello. Um, I have been sitting here wondering what more I can do with my channel. And I came across this video, and I keep thinking about all the times people have said, "Oh, delusion dispeller's narcissistic. Dee Dee has NPD. She's grandiose. She's this, she's that." So I came across this video, and I was thinking, well, now's my chance to sit down and really listen to a client, because it's a fictitious client, who supposedly has NPD, and do a commentary on it. But the commentary will be comparing what I believe about myself and how I am to this lady that clearly shows signs of narcissism. So hopefully this will maybe give some more outlook or insights into what NPD looks like, sounds like, and if I am or am not a narcissist. And remember, soon I will find out if I am on the autism spectrum, because very often people with high functioning autism are confused with NPD. So I am going to put on this, hold on, I'm going to put this video on in a minute. And I'm going to make sure this is not monetized, by the way. So
I had mentioned it last time for our first session. We talked a little bit about.
I'm going to try to make sure this is big enough that you can see it.
And I was hoping today we could get into trying to really figure out how we can help you. Any thoughts on the situation? Anything change?
Nothing's really changed. I mean, I'm amazing at my job. My boss just really is someone that I hold, in higher regards than others I work with, especially. We went to the same college, Ivy League college, of course, and
okay, she just said somebody that she holds in higher regards said that she needs to basically get some help. Narcissist is always looking for somebody they can attach to that they see as better than themselves.
he suggested I come to counseling, and he's way off. So I'm just gonna, let him know.
It's kind of hard for me to hear this too, by the way. So if you're having trouble hearing, I apologize. I'll try to reiterate what they say if I can.
So, as I understand it, you came into counseling because he requested it.
That was what initiated it. But now I need to prove him wrong.
Oh, okay. So she went to counseling because this person she holds in higher regards or high regards said she needs to go talk to somebody. And originally she didn't want to do that. But now she's decided she has to prove that he's wrong about her. Yeah, I guess I could say I'm guilty of that at times. I think I do try to defend myself and try to prove that people are wrong about me. But I think lately, maybe not as much as I used to. I don't know that that's necessarily narcissism. Maybe it is, but I just don't like being misjudged. I don't like being misrepresented. If somebody's going to talk about me, I'd rather they talk about me either as a humorous thing, like a parody, or if you're going to talk about me factually, things that are true about me. Don't make up stuff and, represent me in a bad way. So, yeah, I would probably defend myself if somebody did that. I have defended myself.
All right, so at first it was because he told you that'd be a good idea, but now you kind of see it as an opportunity to prove your point.
Yeah, have a little bit of fun with it. Prove my point.
What would you like to prove through this?
That I'm not the one in the wrong. I'm extremely good at my job. I mean, I am the best employee that they have ever had, not just currently. Just ever. I make no errors. So how can I be wrong when it comes to these circumstances with my coworkers?
She's the best employee they've ever had. Not just now, but ever. Wow. Generally, the Bible, which I live my life by, as y'all know this, says to let another man's lips praise you and not your own. So narcissists often want to, as they say, toot their own horn. So she's sitting here saying she's the best employee they ever had. Have I ever done that? I don't think so. Not to that extent of saying I was the best employee they ever had. Probably said I was one of their best employees, or they're going to be sorry they let me go. I was one of the best tutors they had. Yes, I've said that. And if that makes me narcissistic, okay, I'm narcissistic, but I don't think it does, because I actually was one of the best employees in the tutoring company that I worked for. As far as teaching the students, as far as having connection and building friendships and being able to reach them and teach them English in a way that was easier for them. So, yeah, I was skilled in that. I was good at what I did. Was I the best tutor? No, I was one of the better ones, I would say. I just said I was one of the best, but I was one of the good tutors. We'll just say it that way. I don't have to see myself as the best, but a narcissist does. They have to see themselves as they're better than everybody else, no matter what.
Right. So your coworkers have made some criticisms about you, and that led to your boss suggesting this.
I wouldn't call them criticisms because it's really hard to criticize me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say they take it personally that I'm better than them.
I love that. I wouldn't call it criticisms because it's really hard to criticize me, but they take it personally that I'm better than them. Wow. No, I don't think I've ever felt like people took it personally that I'm better than them, because I don't go around seeing myself all the time as better than people. I'm just as good as I can be at what I do, I guess you could say. I try to do my best.
So I feel that it's important for me to be able to work for this particular company. It needs to be the best company. And so I need the other employees to at least be at my level. Well, I mean, that's really hard for them to come to my level, but at least be above average.
Okay. So this company, basically, she needs to be part of this company because it needs to be the best company. She's obviously going to be the one to get it there. And the other employees have to fall into line and be at her level. But she said, but I don't think they can because it's really hard to get to my level. No, I want to bring people to where I'm at, not my level per se, unless you want to call it a level. I'm not one to say, well, it's really hard for me because these people aren't where I am. Those people, they need to be where I am. No, 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 no. I want to bring people to where I am spiritually because I want them to have a relationship with their creator. I want them to succeed. I want them to be blessed. I want them to be fulfilled and have their dreams come true, basically, and be happy. So it's for their good. I don't mean it's for your own good. I don't mean it like that. But it's to bless people. It's to give them the best out of life. So it's an altruistic thing rather than, well, we're trying to make this thing look good and these people are making it look terrible because they're not at the level they need to be. No, 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 no. That's not me.
At least.
All right. So you have an expectation of them to become at least close to you in terms of your skill.
I mean, it's pretty hard to not make any errors when it comes to accounting. I mean, with the numbers, with the amount of numbers and the volume of accounts that we have, it's hard to be as good as I am with it. And as far as no errors, but yes, I expect a higher standard from.
It's pretty hard to not make mistakes like she doesn't make any. Working with all these numbers as an accountant. So she doesn't expect them to ever be as good as she is. But yes, she expects a higher standard of them. So basically, she doesn't think they can ever be as good as her, but she wants them to come up to a higher standard that she approves of. Me? No, because I don't see myself at any, big deal of a standard. I'm just who I am. I just want people to be who they are and achieve the greatest possibilities where they're at. So, no, I don't see narcissism in me in that aspect either.
And you don't feel like they're performing at that level now. And evidently you made some different comments to them, which maybe they took the wrong way. Don't you
I
think?
just pointed out the facts of the situation.
What type of facts did you?
Well, when they make mistakes, then how they should be better at certain tasks. I mean, they didn't attend the same type of college as far as Ivy League as myself. However, they do have a college education, so that alone would just kind of go to speak to them having some sort of ability in that area.
I gotta say something here for sure. She said, well, they have college education, so they should have some sort of ability in that area. I remember when I was with the narcissist years ago, she felt that because I seemed so smart, that I should know the difference between Dove and Godiva chocolate. And I should appreciate the richer things in life and want those more than just a normal everyday thing. And when I told her, if you picked a dandelion for me, I'd be thrilled just because it was a gift from the heart. She's like, that's your problem. You don't understand the difference between, basically an armful of roses that cost, I don't know, whatever roses cost that are super expensive, and picking a dandelion. You just like it because I gave it to you, right? And I'm like, yeah, basically, just because it was from your heart. And she's like, well, that's ridiculous. That just goes to show, basically that I wasn't on her level. Now, do I feel that way, that because people are college educated, that they should know everything and they should be a certain level and a certain standard that I approve of? No, I don't. Because people are people. There's some non-college people that are smarter than the ones that graduated from college. College does not make you anything other than what you aspire to be. I went to college. Turned out it wasn't the type of college that was properly accredited for me to work in my field. So what did that leave me? Nothing. Pretty much a YouTube channel, but I love my YouTube channel. I've made some awesome friends on here, and I wouldn't trade them for any college education that would put me in my field. I would rather have a few decent, awesome friends, true friends, than have the best job in the world that paid $25 an hour, $100 an hour. I don't care, because money is not where it's at. Love, encouragement, helping people be the best they can be, that they want to be, that they feel confident in being. That's what I'm about. So no, I'm not about that either.
So you've kind of, in a way, you've expressed your disappointment.
Yes.
To them.
Yes.
Yeah. And what are some of the observations or comments they made regarding you?
Oh, they told me my ego's too big. That I'm cocky. That's one. That I'm just overall like. I don't know how you can be too confident when.
So now other people that she works with are telling her she's too cocky, arrogant, probably conceited. She didn't say that, but same type of thing. Back when I was with the narcissist in my past, one of the first things she told me was that people in her church thought she had a Jezebel spirit, which is another form of, or another way of saying a narcissistic woman that wants to control everybody, that thinks that they're better than everybody and demotes anybody around them. And at the time, I had just met her, so I'm like, no, you're not like that. As I got to know her, oh yes, that character that I was with, very arrogant, very cocky, very demeaning towards people, and eventually towards me. Now, am I like that, arrogant, cocky? I don't see myself that way. Matthew teases me that I'm that way sometimes. I think I do that playfully, but I don't feel like I'm better than everybody. I just literally, I want to help people. Not help them to be more like me. Help them to be more like, if you want to say Jesus, Yeshua, more like that, more kind, more giving, more forgiving, more understanding, more compassionate, more patient, more guarded too. Jesus wasn't always just open arms to everybody either. There were people that he kept at an arm's distance. There were crowds he walked right on through. So kind of that balance. Is that because I feel like I am the best godly person in the world? No, it's just because I know what has brought me joy and happiness and contentment and fulfillment in my own life. And I think most people want that. So if I can share a little bit of how I've achieved some of that, then yeah, I want to help people. This lady clearly is all about making the business look good because of herself, and that other people need to toe the line and come on board with the way she thinks. So yeah, I am not, I don't see myself as like that at all, but that's why I'm putting this out. Because if you see me like that, please give me instances where I've said stuff or I've done stuff that makes you think that I think I'm better than everybody, or that I am in control and everybody needs to be like me. And yeah, I want to hear some exact instances. Maybe I have said that in videos. That's why I'm putting this out for review. Like I said, I got nothing better to do. I'm going to clean my house today, maybe do a little bit of Bible reading, do my Proverbs video, something like that. Do my to-do list. But other than that, I got nothing to do, nowhere to be. So let's talk.
Your ability is that at that level. I mean, I am the best employee they've ever had. Overall, I was the best student at my college. I received numerous awards from, the president of the college alone. I received numerous calls from the college and other companies as well, trying to recruit me to work for them. So.
Now, what she's saying here, she received numerous awards and calls from other companies to recruit her. That may or may not be true. Sometimes narcissists will say things that are exaggerated or outright lies at times. I have said that I've received awards. I have received the President's Award, the Dean's Award, the Attendance Award. That's true. That's just facts. I have the certificates to show that. But if you don't believe that my college was a decent college, that doesn't say much for me. So, I did go to college. I did sit through many lectures, had to do homework, did get legit degrees, but it's not a college like Harvard or Yale or those kind of universities that are, the higher up standard of society that people are like, oh, wow. You went to Yale, you went to Harvard. No, I didn't go any of those places. So, if I say I have awards or whatever, that may or may not mean diddly squat to anybody. So it's not like I say that to say, ooh, I'm a big wig. Oh, wow, I'm somebody because I got awards. It made me feel good at the time. For sure, I was going through a divorce while I was going through college, and I was earning awards, and it was building my self-esteem and making me feel like, wow, I really can be somebody. I can do something with my life. So yeah, I was happy about that. I'm still happy about it. But yeah, if you don't think my college is worth diddly squat, then neither were my awards. So what does that say? Nothing. And when I die, I can't take them with me anyway. So what's the point, And what good do they do me now anyhow? I can't even get a job in my field. So all the awards I won were great for the time being for a self-esteem booster, but it really didn't get me anywhere. If getting there in life is having a cushy job and a nice house or whatever, well, you see how I live, so obviously it didn't do anything for me.
I don't think there's it's impossible to be overly confident, but they consider it cocky and arrogant. Get arrogant a lot.
The comment arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel they're just really misunderstanding you?
I think they take it as a personal attack.
Okay.
Like I'm that concerned with them personally. Like I'm talking about them as a person instead of just their performance at work. Because I'm really not concerned with them as far as existence outside the realm of performance at work.
Wow. Did you catch that? I'm really not concerned about them outside of the performance at work. That's a true narcissistic statement. Do I care about people outside of their views, if they send me money or gifts or make my numbers go up? Of course I do. Anybody that I've talked to that I'm friends with would tell you that they feel, hopefully, a personal connection with me, not just that I'm using them for gifts and money and views and subscriptions. Not at all. That's why I take my friendships off of YouTube, because I want people to know that I'm a friend. I'm not just this face on YouTube. I remember back when, now this is going to sound narcissistic, but honestly, I don't mean it this way. That way, I mean, years ago, back in 2000, we'll say, I've been on since 2009, so probably around 2012 or 11, 2011 or 12, people would want to call me on the phone and get advice from me, and they would call me and be like, oh, I can't believe you're even talking to me. You're delusion dispeller. Oh my gosh, you're like a celebrity. And I'm like, no, I'm just me, just a person living in a trailer at the time, a married woman trying to make ends meet and live my life. I'm not I'm not Angelina Jolie or somebody famous or whatever that you should be in awe of talking to. They were just like, I can't believe you even took my call. I'm like, why not? You called me. I'm going to answer the phone. So that was just weird to me. It was very humbling to think that people saw me that way, but it wasn't like something I used to puff up my ego or to feel like I was better than everybody else. Not at all. Although at the time I did meet somebody that was very narcissistic and possibly borderline, among other things, who tried to kind of project that onto me, where they felt like, you need to be this way. You need to take esteem in what you do. You need to charge money for what you do, because don't ever do anything for free that you can get money for, because you have a decent service out there. You're helping people. And I kind of thought, well, yeah, she's right. I mean, I am helping people. But I did not want to take on the attitude that I was better than everybody just because I had a YouTube channel, just because I was maybe intelligent in some areas and educated in others. It wasn't like I used it to puff up my ego again. So no, I wasn't like that. And I don't think I've ever treated people, not on purpose anyway, like they were a commodity. That's how she sounds. Like I only value them at work. I don't really care. I'm not concerned about who they are outside of work. I've had a boss actually say that to people that he hired, employees. Back when I worked for Ryan's Steakhouse, there was a boss there that told employees, when you're here, I own you. We own you. You are a property of this company. I don't care that your daughter has cancer and you need to be with her in the hospital. Once you're at work, we own you. You don't get to think about any of your life back there. It was terrible. Yeah, that guy got fired, and I ended up winning money from a lawsuit with the company because they treated me the same way. So I'm also in a current lawsuit with another company.
So your commentary to them has nothing to do with their value as a person, more as with their performance as an employee. Right. And you feel they're misconstruing your observations of their performance.
Very much so.
Yeah, they're taking it personally.
Taking it personally and trying as best they can to push it back on me as I'm the one who's wrong, but I'm obviously not.
All right, so you're not wrong in this, and you're frustrated by their reactions.
I mean, I'm okay with it, I mean, I don't really take anything they say to heart because they're not at the level to really be able to criticize me. I can take criticism, from constructive criticism from someone who would, be at my level or above.
Okay, I've kind of said something similar to this. I didn't say I needed somebody at my level or above to criticize me. What I have said is, if you're going to criticize me, you have to earn the right to speak that into my life. Like, we have to have a rapport. I have to know I can trust you. Not just some person off, the beaten path that I don't even know come along and start criticizing me basically in things they know nothing about. Like, they just make assumptions about stuff. Like how people come in and say, your house is filthy, you need to clean it. Your house is cluttered. And the funny thing was, the day they said that, I had just gotten done decluttering my kitchen on a video, and it was still decluttered. So it was like, if you would have watched my video and you would have seen that I already accomplished this and look behind me and ask me to get up and show you my kitchen, you would see that it is decluttered. You're talking about in the past. It's not cluttered anymore. And some of my friends in here even jumped to my defense and said, "What are you talking about? Dee Dee just got done decluttering her kitchen and cleaning it. You sounded foolish saying that because you obviously did not know what you were talking about." So yeah, if you're going to speak a criticism to me, at least be, aware of where I'm at on the, path. If I've, already cleaned my kitchen, it's not smart to come in and say, "Your kitchen's a mess. It needs to be decluttered." So something like that, but not, "Well, you have to be at the level to criticize me." I don't view you as the highest level to say anything to me. People younger than me, people that had no college degree, people that know nothing about narcissism have come and pointed out stuff to me, and I've taken it to heart, and I've made changes. So I'm not like, you have to be a certain level to say anything to me, but at least, kind of have it be legitimate.
However, they are not. So it's really not. It really doesn't affect me. It does interfere with my job as far as my employer is concerned.
Right. That's what led to him recommending you come here initially.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, I'm
So,
going to skip ahead a
you
little
don't feel
bit in
good
this
level
video
like this?
because it's very, very long. So I don't want to keep on going around in the same
Kind of
tangent.
sugarcoat it. So
Here, let's rewind that a
I
little.
need to figure out a way to present the information at a level that they would understand. So drop it down to their level.
Drop it down to their
But
level.
also kind of sugarcoat it so they're not, taking it the wrong way.
All right, so you need to deliver the same message in a more polite, less threatening package.
I mean, say that, yeah.
Do you have any ideas how that might look?
I mean, I could start with not comparing their work to mine because that's just unfair. I mean, at no point in time are they ever going to reach that level of quality with their work. So that could be a place to start.
Wow. So he's asking her, does she want to present things to her fellow employees in a way that's more polite? And she says, well, I could start by not comparing them or something like that, because there's no way they will ever be at my level. So it's not like I could encourage them on the job to consider my views, and maybe we could get together and collaborate on a way to, make the business better together. Nothing like that. Just, I don't want to demote them, making them think that they have to live up to me, because they will never get there. Wow.
Okay, so just refraining from drawing that comparison. Okay. Do you think it could be a benefit in just taking a break from offering?
Let's see what she has to say about this.
Just let things cool down a bit.
I could see where you would say, refer to as cool down.
Just in an effort to restore the peace. You could still, of course, be aware of different shortcomings in their performance, it might just be helpful to not share that for a while. Just as an idea. Does that seem like an idea that might work?
Yeah, just keep to myself a little bit more. I mean,
So he's telling her, you can feel that the employees are not doing what you want them to do, but don't talk about it and don't address it with them. So don't verbally demote them, basically.
that's not very hard at all.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Do you think you would be okay with doing that, because you wouldn't really be able to offer those helpful comments, like about performance?
I mean, really, it would in fact prove my point behind it all.
Mhm.
It would prove that I was right, that it's not me, that it is them taking it the wrong way. Because in fact, if it was, if it wasn't them taking it the wrong way, then I would just say that it would continue as far as trying to point out. I mean, really, I think it comes down to an issue of being jealous and seeing themselves as less than, so needing to try to bring me down to make themselves feel better. So if they don't have that to do that, it would prove my point.
Wow. Now she just said, well, yeah, if I keep my comments to myself, it will alleviate their need to bring me down to make themselves feel better. Who's bringing who down to make themselves feel better? That's called a projection. She just accused them of doing the very thing she is doing. They just want to be valued for their work, most likely. They want to be told, good job. Hey, I can see you're really working at that, and maybe gently encouraged to do something differently. But she just basically said, well, yeah, if I don't tell them that they're doing bad, I guess that will alleviate their need to put me down so that they can be, look better than they really do. That's just terrible. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing because the audacity of narcissists is beyond comprehension. I'm trying to think of an instance that maybe somebody acted like that towards me or towards somebody else. I can't think of one, thankfully. But yeah, that's just unreal how they do that kind of stuff. But they do. That's part of NPD.
Behind this whole thing.
And once again, no, I do not do that. Well, I just won't say anything to them. That way they don't have a need to, bring me down so they feel better. No, never. I don't even remember
they're just trying to tear
way.
you down to make up for their own inadequacy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, yeah.
And by you just not kind of offering those observations, you're taking the wind out of their sails.
Right, and then it's only a matter of time before someone else notices that without me pointing it out to them.
Right, so your kind of commitment to quality will still be honored because somebody else will see that.
Oh yeah, there's no way that could go unnoticed.
Yeah, so that'll take care of kind of both sides of this. Your concerns about quality would still be addressed, and you might be able to get more peace in that work environment.
And I would prove that I was right all along.
And proving your point.
See, it's all about proving her point that she was right all along. Now, yes, I have had this thing where I thought I had to constantly prove myself. That part. And like I said, if that's narcissism, then okay, call me a narcissist. But I always felt like I had to prove myself. And being on YouTube, where you are very often attacked by people for one thing or the other. If it's not my house, it's how I look. If it's not how I look, it's something I said. And usually when I say something on a video, I honestly don't even remember I said it. I'd have to go back and rewatch the video. And I just don't have time all the time or want to take the time to do that. So when somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, you said this or that," I'd be like, "Well, tell me where it was, because I'll go and see if I did or not, and I'll tell you I'm sorry if it's something I personally attacked somebody about, or I'll try to explain what I meant or whatever." But yeah, I often feel like I'm, under the gun for something. So yeah, I always seem to be wanting to prove myself. But in this lady's case, she feels that, well, if I don't say anything about how inadequate these people are, someone else is sure to say something proving my point that they were inadequate to begin with. She's in this need to demote other people, demean other people, because that's just what narcissists do. They project onto other people basically how they really are inside, but you don't see that part. You see the cocky, the arrogant, the conceited part on the outside. You don't see inside of that person. They don't feel happy about themselves. And a lot of people have challenged me on this. They say, well, I'm married to a narcissist, and never would I believe that they feel bad about themselves. They just don't. They do, but it's so deeply buried inside that it doesn't surface very often. You might see little glimpses of it. Sometimes they get into like a deep depression, which is basically that feeling of inadequacy coming out on the outside. But yeah, it's hard to see that in a narcissist. They don't like you to see that side of themselves. So they put on this false self that looks like they have it all together. And, that's just how it is.
Which you mentioned was one of your reasons for being okay with coming into counseling.
Mm-hmm.
So, when do you go back to work next?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is a strategy that you can try out right away?
Wait, I can handle it for sure.
Yeah. So I will see you again in about a week, if that's okay, and maybe we can reevaluate and see how that worked.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I can tell you how I was proved to be right.
Yeah, that'd be fine. You could
he's ending the therapy.
tell me what happened, and I certainly hope for a good outcome in that. And if we need to make any adjustments from that point, we can talk about it then. So
Okay, so there you go. I don't know what else she'll say.
give that a try.
All right, that sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Aspen. I will see you in a week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. There we go. So that is a little role play there that he did with this lady that was trying to pretend to be narcissistic. And she did a pretty good job, I have to say, because that is really how they act and see things. Anyway, with the avoidance of being narcissistic, I want to show you this beautiful blouse that I think Mommy Mars got this for me. Look at these sleeves. They're pretty. They got little ruffles on them. I love this. Anyway, I had to wear it because I really like it, and I wanted to thank her. So thank you. Shout out to Mommy Mars. Shout out to Dr. Grande for an excellent display of a narcissistic employee and how they view things, because I couldn't have done it better, honestly. I really couldn't have. But yeah, that's really how it is. They're grandiose personalities that they are the ones that are doing everything right, and everybody else needs to follow suit and won't, and therefore they are cramping their style, and they just need to prove that they are right and everybody else is wrong and inadequate. Yeah, that's a narcissist. I have this one little piece of hair here that's driving me crazy, as you can tell. It's not because I'm narcissistic. It's because if you're on camera and you're seeing how you look and you just don't like what it looks like, it's going to bother you. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I am going to get going and get my busy day started. Love to everybody. God bless you. Please, if you have not subscribed, please feel free, if you like this channel, to subscribe, to comment, to like if you want to like the video, whatever, you know the drill. Most people that have videos say, remember, like, subscribe, and comment. So I'm not doing anything anybody else on YouTube does not do. It's just kind of the protocol if you have a channel. So God bless you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you next time.